You just pulled up to Artist Avenue, the #1 most popular place for all things music. I am Joseph, and I'm here with
CJ.
Austin.
And our guest star today,
Russell.
So, Austin, introduce yourself to the audience here.
Like my genres and whatnot.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of cloud rap, hyperpop. I like to listen to a lot of genres. It's like random. I think my top artists are, I think Harry Styles is up there. I know Midwest, Harry Styles. I think Alessia Cara. I listen to like a lot of low-key artists too, like under 100,000 streams. And then like my favorite songs right now are probably Punchin' by Midwest, Hope You're Doing Well by Angelus, and My Bad by Moxus.
You have a very diverse music taste. You also make music, Austin.
Yes,
Is that
I do.
your hobby, a passion?
It's a hobby. We just do it for fun.
Sounds good. CJ, what about you?
So I'm very specific with my music taste. I tend to stick to definitely R&B and hip hop rap. Much like lately, I've been getting a lot into like literally just a ton of random other genres. I've stepped into pop a little bit, and I've gotten around to, I'll read off a list once I pull it up. But some of my favorite artists, Kendrick has been a longtime favorite artist of mine. When I got into listening music on Spotify a few years ago, I really just got into listening music with Kendrick, his lyricism, and really pulled me into the world of music. I'm a big fan of old Kanye West music. Not an advocate for his new stuff, but
Same here.
And I'll pull up a list of other genres of stuff I got. How about you, Joe?
Well, it's good that you explore other genres, but myself, I think everyone knows who my favorite artist of all time is. It's Frank Ocean. He made the best album ever created, Blonde. And the genres I like it's a lot of things. I like some boom bap, R&B/soul, alternative R&B. I can get some pop. I can get some neo soul. A lot of different genres in there. My favorite song right now is Smuckers by Tyler, the Creator, Kanye West, and Lil Wayne. I mean, the rapping performances on those songs that song is amazing. And favorite artists other than Frank Ocean, Kanye West, probably one of the best hip-hop artists of all time. Kendrick Lamar, probably the best lyricist in rap of all time. Daniel Caesar is a great voice. More recently, I've been listening to Sampha. He's a British soul/electronic R&B type of guy, and he's very experimental, and I've never heard anything like it before. Now, Russell, what do you like?
Well, I think, the reason I'm here is, I'm the Kanye fan here, biggest one. I love Kanye. I've listened to every single one of his songs. Super cool, super cool music. Great fellow. But I also listen to some other things. So I like Frank Ocean like Joe. I think Frank Ocean's super solid. I wasn't into it until Joe put me on to some of that. So he's solid. I don't love Kendrick Lamar, but I do agree he's a great lyricist. And then a little bit of Drake, a little bit of stuff like that. But I love Ye. That's why I'm here.
That's why he's here. And on the topic of Ye, he just announced his new album, Bully, and he released a snippet. Russell, what do you think about that?
Well, here's the thing. It can go either way because I think it's great, but I'm sure you guys know, and this is kind of controversial, but, Kanye's been messing around with AI a little bit in his music, and I really hate that. I think it's terrible. But here's the thing about it, too. Once it gets to a point where you can't even tell whether it's AI or not, that's when it's very scary because the songs could be great, but if they're AI, I don't really want to listen to them. So everybody in the comments of his new snippet thinks that it might be AI. They could be right. There isn't a ton of emotion in his voice, but at the same time, it's really great. So if it is something that he actually was singing, it's great. I really like it. I like the background too. I like the sample. I think it's super solid. I mean, when I heard it the first time, I was almost brought to tears. It was super, super solid. I don't know if you guys have thoughts on it, but I hope it isn't AI.
So do you have high hopes for him after moving away with his collaborations with Ty Dolla $ign?
I'm really glad he's moving back to creating solo albums. I have high hopes if he gets away from the nonsense AI stuff.
Yeah.
If it's him in the studio, I mean, I'm sure the reason he sung 808s and Heartbreak, Michael Jackson told him he had a great voice. It's a true story.
That is a true story.
And that's why he went out there and started singing. So I feel like if he brings some of that back, I mean, it could be great. 808s is a great album. So I have high hopes for it. I hope he doesn't come out with the same kind of nonsense that we heard in Vultures too.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Austin, anything on this topic?
I'm going to keep it a buck. I've listened to 3 Kanye songs my entire life.
It's
Alright.
fine.
Which one?
It's honestly fun.
The one where it's like Beautiful Morning, whatever song that is.
Oh,
Father Stretch My Hand.
Stretch.
That's a
Yeah,
great
song.
That's the only
It's a
song I
great
know.
song.
All right.
Overplayed.
We've also got interesting news regarding Tyler the Creator. He's recently put out a teaser for a new album titled Chromacopia, I believe, if I'm not incorrect. Joe, I know you know quite a little bit more about this than I do, so you want to take this away?
There's a lot of theories going around on Twitter now. I do think Daniel Caesar is on the snippet and is in the video, but these stupid Twitter accounts are saying Frank Ocean's in a mask in the video. He is not in the video at all. His hairstyle isn't even a buzz cut anymore. It's more of dread, so how would that correlate to the masked man who had a buzz cut? So it's just people rage baiting, interaction baiting as usual.
Yeah,
It's kind of sad.
it's all right. Well, I mean, the estate sale is the last thing he put out.
Yes, that
right?
was like deluxe too.
I think he did quite well with that, but as we saw, I believe, was it Sorry Not Sorry? Is that the
yeah,
song?
that's the most popular.
He's taking
probably.
much more of a different direction yet again with his career. As an artist, he has certainly evolved greatly from the days of Cherry Bomb and Wolf to Igor
Oh,
and
easily.
more artistic, creative, expressive albums and songs like those in Flower Boy. And I think he's really a really unique characteristic of his whole identity as an artist. He takes on these personas that are really powerful to the works he puts out. Like he has Igor and like especially with his fashion, that's also an interesting thing to look at. But seeing this video come up, we've certainly seen that we're for a whole new era of Tyler the Creator.
You mentioning his old work, something Anthony Fantano said. Usually I don't agree with him, but he said something very good about the snippet. It feels like all of his albums combined into one. It feels like Cherry Bomb, Goblin, Wolf, Igor, Flower Boy.
I think
Come
it's
Get Lost.
really shaping up to be the most complete version of Tyler the Creator we've
I
seen.
think it's going to be his 10. I think it's going to be his best album.
Mhm.
Now, Austin, KSI and his new music.
I can talk
You
about-
don't
I
think
can
it's
talk
that
about
bad. I just want to hear you out on it.
Here's my thought, all right? We've heard lots of YouTuber songs
Oh,
in the
yeah.
works. We've heard lots of
The
YouTubers trying
Sidemen
to be
diss
great,
tracks, the best
TikTokers
diss
trying
track
to be great.
trilogies.
They're not good. We could all agree that the TikTok songs are not good. Yes or no?
I agree.
KSI's new song, the lyrics aren't deep, but they do have meaning. Does that make sense to you?
Yes,
To the-
from
Like, you-
the
you-
screen to the
Yes,
ring, he's
exactly.
describing the course of
It's
his career.
about him.
Exactly.
The lyrics are good. In my
Nope.
opinion, the lyrics are good.
Yeah,
The-
nobody's looking at the lyrics for the fact that he's like describing, his
I feel
like
like
stories.
you're listening to music though. You're not listening to the lyrics.
But it-
Even
That's something that I
so
think. That's why I don't
about
like
that,
Kendrick.
like Declan music, Rage music, you're not listening to lyrics. You're trying to listen to the beat.
Declan's a friend
But
of
like
ours.
in-depth storytelling, like Kendrick Lamar, you're listening for
J.
lyrics.
Cole.
J. Cole, great storyteller as well. Well,
I mean-
Austin, the song isn't as bad as people are saying, but they're
I agree.
saying
It's no more than a 5 out of 10.
All right,
but they're
I'm saying
saying
the song is bad.
it's bad because KSI has not been on the side of the people for
Yes.
last week.
Most
Yeah.
certainly. And okay, well, also have you seen the music video?
I
It
haven't seen
starts
it.
with starts with a shot panning
Sir,
up a frozen bottle
Sir,
of Prime.
I did not speak on the music video. I spoke on the song.
All right, all
the
right,
beat is bad. The
It's
lyrics
just
are
corny
good to me.
overall.
It's
Yeah.
just corny overall.
It's a YouTuber song.
But it's
Uh-huh.
not
You
one of the
expect.
worst songs ever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
obviously.
been some good YouTuber songs.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you name like
What
3
can you
right now?
expect?
I mean, the side Harry's diss and the Sideman was great.
Mini
right.
Minter's
Agreed.
diss
Kinda
track
good.
was great.
Deji
Harry's
had a good diss track in that
Deji
time.
had a great diss track too. That was one of the best errors.
KSI isn't dissing. He's just trying to.
I
let out
know.
his feels.
KSI had
Talk-
good
I-
disses. He dissed Harry. He dissed the whole Simon. Not all of the Simon, but most of them too.
Vic was another good one in that time. Yeah.
The Minecraft.
I don't
one.
care if he's from the screen to the ring. I want to hear a good song, and it's just corny. I agree with you though, Austin. It's more catchy than people are letting on to. It's
Yeah,
a better
yeah.
song than people are saying, but I'm fine with them clowning it because I think it's really funny.
So Joe, you mentioned an artist earlier, a British artist. Who was that?
Sampha.
Can you explain him a little more? I'm curious.
Explain him a little more. It feels like you're in space when you're listening to him. He has 2 albums out. Lahai and Process. Process was his debut. Lahai came out a year ago.
I know him from his feature on St. Pablo.
What
And
would you
he's-
like relate him to? Like
Relate him to
People in the industry, maybe.
like his voice, his production style. Like his voice is amazing. It's like Frank Ocean. Like his production style is very experimental with different synth sounds and different instrumentals all spewed throughout. And he uses like echoes to make his music elevate, just to elevate his music even more.
Atmosphere is like a little bit of dimension.
He's been on like Drake's albums, he's been on Kendrick's album, he's been on big albums, so he's not like unknown in like the music atmosphere, but like mainstream wise, he's a little underground.
So building off of that, I mean, I want to move on to our little segment. Let's give each other some music homework.
Music homework.
So Joe, you've been telling me for the longest time to tap into
I
Sampha.
think CJ, I think you all need to go sit down. You can either listen to Process or Lahai. Just sit down, listen to it once or twice, process it.
I'll certainly
just
make
come
sure.
back.
Yeah, I get on that. Austin, you have.
That's my music.
I have
homework,
individual
yeah.
assignments, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Over the months, I've come to realize that me and CJ have different music tastes. All right.
Yeah.
CJ gives me a song and he goes, "This song is amazing," and I go, "Man, that song was okay." Joe, I
What?
want you to tap into Alessia Cara, okay?
I've heard of her.
I need you to no, don't hear of her.
I know,
Tap
I've
in
just
to
heard of
Alessia
her.
Cara.
All right, what
I need you to
album?
play
Which album?
literally anyone. I can give you one right now, but tap into Alessia Cara. I think that is a pinnacle of music, literally a pinnacle of music.
Okay.
And Harry Styles, Loki. I stand by
I
that. Harry
listened to
Styles
all.
is great.
I listened to all three of his albums.
Styles is great.
Pretty good.
CJ,
I've got an album I'd like you to all listen to. I didn't really mention this, but MF Doom was also an artist that really pulled me into the world of hip hop. One of his lesser known albums, I don't know if you've heard much of it, The Mouse and the Mask. I think it's a fantastic work of his, and it does not get enough attention for how phenomenal it is. It's really, really something unique to listen to.
Russell, you got anything for us, man?
Just listen to Kanye's. Listen to his new snippet. Listen to it like maybe 10, 15 times in a
10.
row.
Would you
10,
say
15.
give any of his new stuff? Just give it a chance. Don't hate it till you hear it.
It's funny. I listened to Vultures too for the first time like 3 days ago because I just didn't want to hear it when it came out. I mean, it sounded stupid.
What did you think about it?
I didn't think it was as bad as people said. I didn't, and I don't feel like
agree.
that's crazy.
I agree.
Because it was made out to be awful. And some of the AI stuff they fixed up a little bit, so I guess I don't have an opinion on that. But the samples were insane. The production was great, but it just lacks, like, the old Kanye vibe, man. There's no emotion anymore. Like, you hear a great
Yeah.
sample, and then the vocals come out, and they're terrible, and that's what kind of ruins it. It could have been insane, though.
There's little to no emotion in those songs.
Yeah, you
anymore.
just that's why when you hear his music, you just can't separate it from the course of his life because, well, his favorite
It's
thing.
very connected.
I think Anthony Fantano said this. His favorite thing to rap about is himself. So you can't you can't forget about the fact that who he is and what his music is.
Yeah, he throws it in there.
But back to like Kanye and AI, it's actually scary that AI is getting good. It's bad for music too. Like what we get to a point we can't even tell if it's AI or not. That's a bad thing.
Yeah, I think there's an element of human emotion and feeling that
Yes.
goes into music that you'll never find anywhere else.
You will never find that in AI unless it gets so advanced. But I don't think it will get that bad because music is people's passion and the artists like want to express themselves.
Oh,
so they're
yeah.
not going to use AI voice or AI lyrics. They need to like write lyrics
Yes.
from their heart and from their brain.
That's what scares me, too, when you see people like Kanye going away from that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because it's such a powerful, like we've seen it in the industry. Well, he's been in the industry longer than we've been alive. I mean,
Yes.
these people have been around as huge talents, and to think that you might lose that with AI's growth, it's just kind of scary.
Yep.
But I think that brings us to the end of our episode for today, and it looks like your meter ran out, and we can't wait to catch you on the next episode here on Artist Avenue. Thank you for stopping by. We hope you learned a thing or two, and we hope to see you next time. Thank you.